Hi guys, welcome back to our channel, the number one place for people who love design, art and all things creative. I'm Jacqueline and I'm an interior architect and designer here at D&B. If you clicked on this video, then it's probably because you're a plant lover or want to become one. From a designer's point of view, plants are great objects to decorate your space and they'll look good in any style interior, which is why I like to use them in my home and on projects. But the main reason why I love them is because plants are so beneficial for your health, which is why I always recommend to people have at least one in each room. They reduce stress, improve your breathing and air quality, and just improve your overall mood. I would say that during the past 2 years, I've learned a lot about plants, and Laszlo has become one of these crazy plant millennials, so I thought that I'd share with you 8 houseplants that I think every home needs. And also just some tangible advice for plant care and maintenance that I honestly wish someone had told Laszlo and I before some of our plants died. And of course I'll be sharing some tips for houseplant beginners as well, so if you're interested, let's jump in. The first plant on my list is the Pothos or Pothos plant, which is sometimes called devil's ivy or a money plant. They're native to French Polynesia and they're known for their climbing roots and heart-shaped leaves. Pothos also go by devil's ivy because they are almost impossible to kill and they stay green even in dark places. We have had this one for years, hence its length and how it's wound its way around the whole of our bathroom. Because these plants are hard to kill, they are really low maintenance, and I would say it's one of the easiest houseplants to grow. So they're great for people who are too busy for houseplants but still want the beauty of a houseplant. The only thing I would say with the Pothos is that because it continually grows, you do need to cut it regularly. And also the vine can be pretty relentless and it tends to cling onto things like it did here. So just be aware of that, but you might want that kind of natural wall effect. The second plant on my list is a money plant or jade plant. These are native to South Africa and Mozambique and have thick branches with smooth, shiny leaves. Just like the Pothos, this is a low maintenance houseplant. It requires little water and can survive in most indoor conditions. If you're using plants to create balanced feng shui in your home, this is a popular good luck charm in Asia, said to activate financial energies. Jade's presence in the house or office is considered auspicious. This beautiful succulent plant has vibrant green leaves that are symbolic of growth and renewal, closely resembling jade coins or stones, symbolic of wealth and prosperity. We place ours by our front door to invite in good fortune and luck in business from the outside, but in feng shui, every direction has its own meaning. My next plant is a classic and it's the Monstera plant, also known as the Swiss cheese plant. They find their home in southern Mexico and Panama and are known for their height, as they can grow over 9 meters tall, and dark green fenestrate leaves. This is a great plant for the corner of a space or just somewhere where you need to fill up a gap, maybe like somewhere in your living room. Now, I don't actually have this plant yet, but I really love this one because of its unique leaves and height. This looks like a typical tropical plant, right? In which case I think it would work really well in bohemian interiors or colourful interiors. This one is kind of tricky to take care of. If there's too much sun, the leaves turn yellow, and if it's too dark, then the leaves actually start to grow towards the darkness. So just make sure to keep it in a place that has indirect sunlight to make sure that you keep it happy and healthy. The next two are my absolute favourites, and they are cacti and succulents. Cacti are native to the Americas and succulents can be found in pretty much every part of the world, but they are both known for their ability to survive intense heat and dry climates. If you're like me and someone who doesn't want to spend an hour a day caring for a plant, these are the plants for you. I mean, if I'm being completely honest, Laszlo is the one to do most of the plant caring in this house. Succulent plants are drought-resistant plants where the leaves, stem or roots have become more than usually fleshy by the development of water-storing tissue. And the cactus has adaptations to promote efficient water use. They're xerophytes, which means that their structure kind of acts like a sponge to retain water and then release it when it's dry, making it the perfect plant for people who want trouble-free houseplants. Because of that, of course, they rarely need watering and love being in direct sunlight, but the main reason why I love them is because they come in so many different colours, varieties and sizes. And eventually I would love to create a cactus and succulent shelf in our living room, just because I think that they're really cute and would brighten up the interior. Also in my living room, we kind of have a Bohemian Moroccan theme going on, so I think that the desert plants work well with the interior style. That's one thing I do want to say. I think that certain plants suit certain interiors better, so that's something to think about when choosing plants for your home. For example, if you have a very contemporary home, choose angular, straight-shaped plants and modern plant pots. Like I said, for me, I like a mixture of Bohemian, Scandinavian and mid-century modern, so I think about that when choosing plants for my interior, and also choosing fitting plant pots like this one, for example, this basket plant pot from IKEA. Cacti and succulents are so easy to look after, and they only need watering once a week or less, depending on which variety you're growing. Also, I would say a helpful are compost bags that have nutrients and grits that are designed to give the plant optimum drainage, so definitely think about something like that for cacti and succulents. I have a mixture of different succulents at the moment. This one is actually a cactus. I'm not sure if it's a Christmas cactus or an Easter cactus because I don't remember which flowers it has, and to be honest, I don't actually remember it flowering. I think it's a good plant for people who want a cactus that does flower, but only for a short period of time, because for most of the year it just bears its green leaves. I keep this one in my bedroom and it's really beautiful, and I love the way the leaves cascade on the unit. Definitely a pretty houseplant I would recommend. Now, I also want to give you more houseplants that have pretty flowers, just in case that's something that you're looking for. The first is the Anthurium, which is sometimes called the flamingo flower or lace leaf. I actually have a connection to this plant because it's an emblem and beloved flower for the island of Mauritius, which is where my dad's side of the family is from. That's something to consider. Maybe your country and heritage can play a part in choosing plants for your home. I think that it would be a really cool way to choose plants and connect to the land that our ancestors came from. The Anthurium is known for its bright flowers, which usually come in red or white, and their heart-shaped shiny leaves, but there are actually 1,000 different varieties. I learned with this plant that it doesn't like too hot of an environment, neither does it like too cold of one, so you kind of have to judge how it feels based on the colour of the leaves. Usually when one turns yellow, it's because we haven't opened the window in the office and it's just too hot. But why I like this plant is because I think it has a unique shape and just adds a bit of brightness to the space too. My next houseplant is the Hibiscus. These tropical plants are of course native to Asia and the Pacific Islands and are renowned for their large, delicate, colourful petals and detailed stamen. These are just perfect for anyone who wants to bring in colour to their interior, as the hibiscus has so many gorgeous hues to choose from. This might just be one of the plants with the prettiest flower, and I'm so grateful for mine because it was actually gifted to me from my aunt. They are used to warm, humid climates, so make sure to give it lots of warmth and sunlight, but an equal amount of water. If your hibiscus is dropping leaves or yellowing on the top of the leaves, it usually means that it's not getting enough water, so just keep an eye on that. My next houseplant is in our living room, and we've had this one for years, and it's the peace lily. Their home is the tropical rainforest found in the Americas, and they have large pointy leaves and shiny white flowers, which ours of course currently doesn't have, but this is what they're actually meant to look like. This one is another one for you guys who really want low maintenance houseplants. Like I said, we've had this one for probably about 15 to 17 years and it just doesn't die. They tend to do well in both dark and light areas. Ones that are placed in lighter areas bloom more flowers, and one in dark areas bloom less, and they're more just like traditional foliage. So it just depends on what you're looking for. Ours is placed by our sofa in the living room in relatively low light, which is why there are no flowers right now. They are far more tolerant of underwatering as opposed to overwatering, which is the main reason why the plants die. And because of that, you should never keep a peace lily on a watering schedule. Just look at it and determine if you think it's thirsty or not, and then water it when you really think it's dry. And I love this one because in feng shui, the peace lily is considered an aura purifier. According to feng shui, the peace lily is said to calm and harmonize the energies of the house, and they're also believed to have strong protective and cleansing vibrations. It's just a really beautiful, calming plant that's easy to take care of and would look great in any home. Now, if I were to buy one plant that I don't currently have, then it would be the string of pearls plant. It's a creeping plant native to the drier parts of southwest Africa and has cascading leaves that are shaped like peas. Coming from a design point of view, I just find this plant fascinating, and it's probably one of the most intriguing houseplants I've seen. I really like this because it can provide a unique focal point in your home and be placed so that it sprawls over the edges of containers or hanging baskets. Place the string of pearls in a spot that has enough natural light, like an east-facing window for example. You can also place it near a south or west-facing window, but just make sure that it's about 30 centimeters away from the window so that it doesn't get sunburnt. String of pearls are apparently very sensitive to overwatering, so make sure you only give them just the right amount of water, and the recommended amount is apparently once every 2 weeks. But yeah, that is definitely the next plant I'll be purchasing. Okay, I think we definitely need to talk about caring for plants and just things that we have learned when trying not to kill ours. One of the main problems we've had is keeping away these pesky bugs called gnats. For one, they're really annoying. And two, once they're actually in the plant's soil, they can actually damage the roots and end up killing the plant. They usually only appear when we overwater our plants, so try not to do that, but I have 3 really good ways of getting rid of them. The first are these yellow fly stickers. Just simply place these near your plants and the bugs will stick to them. Also, you can get a spray bottle like this, fill it with some neem oil, water, and just spray the completely dry soil, and that will kill the bug's larvae. We really like doing that because it doesn't put any harsh chemicals on the plants or in our air. The third alternative to killing these bugs is to simply sprinkle cinnamon, enough to form a thick layer across the top of our pot, covering it completely, and repeat that every few weeks if we need to. That's another really good non-toxic method. Something else that's actually been life-changing is this plant moisture monitor, or hygrometer is the official name. These are really inexpensive online, and I'll link some stuff down below for you guys. It simply tells you if your plant is too dry or overwatered or just right. You might think that your plant is dry and needs water, but more often than not, we found that our plants are actually too damp. Don't hesitate to get one of these. They are amazing for any houseplant owner, and it really ensures that your houseplant will thrive. If you're serious about looking after houseplants, then I would say get either an app or books. I have this one which is called Leaf Snap, and you can actually take a photo of any plant and it will give you its name, and it will also give you a list of the care requirements that plant needs. I also have this book, The Houseplant Expert, which my mum gave me, and I'm sure you could also find a newer version. This one is from 1980, but it just has every houseplant you could think of and all the information you need to make sure that it grows healthily. Also, when you're buying houseplants, make sure to also buy a tray to sit within the plant pot. So essentially you should have one decorative pot, one pot that actually houses the plant, and then a tray for it to sit on. This just makes sure that when you water your plant, it doesn't go everywhere and make a mess. Once you get into caring for houseplants, you can also start experimenting with growing your own. Laszlo has actually grown these plants from the seeds of fruit that we've eaten. These are lemons, and this plant here has grown from an avocado seed. And these are just ones that are slowly getting there. Taking care of houseplants for the majority of the time is easy, but at the end of the day, they are still living things and they need attention and care. But once you buy one, it definitely becomes addictive, and when you see your plant flourish, it's really exciting, and there's just something so wholesome about growing your own plants. If you guys need more advice and inspiration, I have a whole playlist of tips for interior design and home decor, so I'll link that down below in the description. If you're new to our channel, then I just want to say welcome. On this channel, we talk about interior design, home decor, and so much more cool creative stuff, so if any of that interests you, make sure to subscribe to see videos just like this one. Leave me a plant emoji down below to let me know that you guys enjoyed this video or learned something new, and if you liked it, then please give it a big thumbs up, because by doing that, you actually really help our channel to reach even more people. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching this one, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!